what if Nico Robin had full counter? Or you could say the reincarnation of Meliodas. Now, I'm sure after hearing this, your nipples went from soft to hard, just ready to take all the type of penetration on subreddit fun piece with Nico Robin, all that package. Y'all gonna have some fun. Now, to add to this cluster world of a what if, I'ma give Nico Robin magic. Now, let's get on to the video. So baby, now you feel like number one, shining light for everyone, living out your fantasy, all the brightest stuff that's ever been. For those of you viewers there who are fortunate enough to not understand or follow America's metric system, you may be surprised that this anime story is inspired by, well, pirates. Gang violence, devil fruits, and men in skin-tight bodysuits threaten the pedestrians of this brutal world on a daily basis. The only thing this anime was missing was some good old SpongeBob and Sonic 06. Now, we cut to the story of Ohana, or the island of Ohara, into a family of archaeologists. Sadly, let's say like Nico becomes an orphan, essentially. And Nico Olivia sets out into the sea in order to find a polygraph scattered across the world. Now, prior to this, Nico Robin was instead left with her uncle and his wife, from where she grew up mainly verbally abused, because one, she was just so tremendously stronger than everyone else, so you're not really bullying her physically, but you weren't really getting that much in the Meliodas' head anyway when it comes to verbal, but they knew that was the only thing they could do, so yeah. And pretty much she was just expected to just keep out of sight for real. With that said, Nico did have one safe haven, from which it was the Tree of Knowledge, an incredibly comprehensive library that served as the crowning feature of Ohara. Robin became friends with the director of the library, Professor Clover, as well as other scholars who frequently came to use its resources. So, after a few years has passed, Robin has discovered two things. One, her Hina no Mi, and lost the vein. Although this doesn't really help Nico's social situation because her age, now that they're just absolutely terrified that she's gonna be some kind of monster. And so Nico Robin just pretty much spends most of her time reading, practicing with her devil fruit, and her sword training, though she can't really use magic yet. So at the age of 8, she officially becomes a scholar of Ohara. By this time, Nico has also discovered that the scholars were conducting a secret research on the true history of the world, and announced that she was going to follow in her mother's footsteps, at which point Professor Clover, in an attempt to protect Nico from stepping into the territory of Rule 34, he practically just threatened to ban her from the library, pretty much, and would just practically stop her from doing whatever she planned on doing at that point. Now, Nico Robin, very clearly upset, ran off and discovered this unusual sight in the bleachers of Ohara. A giant by the name of Jaguar D. Saw washed up ashore. Now, the two quickly formed a strong bond. Robin visited Saul quite frequently over the next 4 days as he built an escape raft. Saul was practically unlike anyone Nico has ever met before. And not simply because he was a giant, but because he was able to empathize with her and taught her the coping mechanism of laughing when times get tough. However, things took a turn for the worse when Saul was informed that when he was washed up on the shore of O'Hara, he then immediately went to warn Nico that the Marines were on their way to destroy the island due to illegal research being conducted by the scholars. So Robin rushed back only to witness the murder of Professor Clover by the hands of pt1, a secret cell of world government operatives. At this point, Robin's mother, Olivia, had made it back to O'Hara, and with a very brief reunion with Robin, Olivia entrusted her with Saul, who turned out to be an ex-Marine, a vice admiral who helped Olivia escape prison despite Saul's best efforts, he was eventually, defeated by the ice dildo himself, Vice Admiral Amakiji. And his final words to encourage Robin to escape and basically search the ocean for her own crew, as well as laugh when times get tough. Now, Nico Robin completely just losing her family, losing the island that she grew up on, everything, and even losing Saul. Everything just kind of went black for her, and she just kind of snapped as her darkness energy that she inherited from Meliodas just unleashes everywhere. And now she basically looks like Meliodas when he first unlocked his curse mark. And basically he just has this emotionless look with no control over what he's doing. No, I won't really say awareness, but not really knowing what to do at that point. As she just stares Amakiji down with her soulless black eyes as she gets into a fighting stance. And Amakiji, he doesn't know what to do right now. He is so confused. He's thinking, this little girl, she's emitting so much power right now. He doesn't know what to do right now. And so they get into a powerful clash. And I mean a powerful clash. Like, they're practically destroying a whole island with just ice and black flames just going everywhere. And as that's happening, Nico Robin eventually passes out because her power just kind of, it had a certain time limit at this given point. So she finally passes out, and Amakiji, before she hits the ground, catches her. And so he waits like a good few hours for Nico to recover, and he basically says to her, here, take this extra escape raft. And she's wondering, why is he helping her? And he practically says, look, I don't really care about those guys. They've been douchebags anyway. And plus, I could just leave at any point. I'm not really here. As he kind of just melts, because that was an ice clone of his. And so Nico Robin, now with new determined confidence, with the Dragons in a Raft tattoo on her arm now, since she used the power for the first time, holding Lost in her hand, and now is on the raft on to a new adventure. Where will she show up? Who knows? But find out next time. And thank you for watching. And happy 2022. And tell me, how was your Christmas/New Year's Eve? And so, yeah, with that being said, I'm out. Peace. Keep your dicks in your pants.